Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the Hilltop Pillbox here in Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. And today you're going to view the very first turn of the Comintern. This is, of course, our YouTube war, and we're calling it Operation Winter Solace. And it's nice to have some solace these days, right? All the being cooped up and everything. So this is a nice move. Now this video I'm going to go a little bit over what Germany did, and then I'm going to end up doing my turn with the Comintern. So we're going to give you a little bit of a rundown here. So Germany has gone, and Germany of course got the stuff that they were building off the build chart. If you're not familiar with the build chart, it's a multi-stage chart, and some things actually begin on the chart. And so they got some boats going out there. And they annexed Austria, which jumped up the British income by 1 and the French income by 1. So a little bit of a change from the first version. I think it was just Britain that went up. We're also playing the Canada at War. And Canada is very humble in this game. They have a corvette, a transport, and a single infantry there, and a single infantry out in Alberta. Princess Patricia's, I think. And so the British are down to 10, but then they go up 1 because of the Austrian annexation that the Germans did. So the Germans now are sitting a little stronger. They're up to 22 bucks. And the Germans brought over some naval units over here, and they also helped out the Spanish, the nationalists in Spain, to be specific. And they were able to easily take control of one of the Republican territories. And this, if you're familiar with the game, you know that the Republicans are pretty hard-pressed to win this, but we're going to see if we can make the fascists spend as much as possible trying to get things down there. But we have lend-lease, so we're going to be talking about that. But that's all that's happened as far as Germany goes. They did a little bit of repositioning. But they did have some success on the tech board, and we'll be doing our own tech rolls here. They achieved advanced submarine, the first step. This is just stage 1. If you're not familiar, it's a 4-stage thing. And until you're at war, I believe in 1939 or later, and until you're at war, you cannot go past stage 2. And so they've got advanced subs, wartime economy, and improved factories. Now the dice that are here are what the Soviet Union will be trying to research. So we're going to try to research advanced artillery and try to keep pace with the Germans. And here are the current economies of all the different nations at war. And you can see it's, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Canada may actually be at 2. No, they're at 3. I think they're at 3. I'll check that again. There's been a few changes from the last time I played this game, and I know I am going to be making some fun little mistakes.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
That we're all going to laugh at, but we're going to have a good time doing it. We're going to be doing some lend-lease, we'll be doing our influence rolls and all that sort of thing. If you have not been to Panzer King's channel to check out his first turn with Germany, I highly recommend that you do that. It should have been posted just earlier today, and you will, the setup he's got going there is second to none. It's just gorgeous. His great table, of course, and the amount of time, money, and energy he's put into making it look absolutely gorgeous. It just amazes me. I actually don't have any of those 3, time, money, or energy. Actually, I'd probably have the energy, but the time and money to keep pace with what Panzer King and many others have done, I can't do. But hopefully, what I have set up here makes sense to people as they look at it. Hopefully, it's not too crazy. I know there are a couple more things I need to set up in a couple of areas. I didn't set up Yugoslavia. And I haven't set up even all of the American stuff, like Hawaii's just bald. So I know I got to put some stuff there. I'm assuming there's some stuff in Hawaii. But this is just a gorgeous map and just so many great things going on. But that's my introduction to the game. And we will be having our first little shot over here, and we'll see how things go. and see how things go in China right after this. All right, here goes Communist China, trying to spread some influence. I spoke out of turn, I think. I think I said it was these 3 territories, but it's only these 2. This territory and this territory. This one here is a different warlord. Just at first blush, they kind of all look the same. And because I don't speak that language, I didn't notice that the roundels were a bit different, actually. I just looked at them and, they're all purple. But they are very different. So, we are going to be rolling, trying to influence this and this. They're each worth $1, so that'll be a 100% increase in Communist Chinese income. And some free units. So here we go. We're going to roll a 1d12. Hopefully get that or that. Oh! We'll do a dramatic, extreme close-up.
Extreme close-up! Wah! 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 Okay, all right. Excellent.
There we go. All right. So, gonna have to make sure I do this properly, but that's that stuff just became Communist Chinese, I believe. I believe it's that simple.
It's really that simple.
Again, folks, I haven't played this game in a couple of years. About a year and a half, actually. And this is version 3, but I believe it's that simple.
It's really that simple.
With the Communist Chinese. All right. So it's basically, I'm going to just get all that stuff. Yeah. And they become communists. So they have seen the light.
So yeah, all those morons saying that communism is the same as welfare, you can go leave because you are just an absolute moron. Just look up the definition of that. I'm sorry I got a little heated, but when people say it's the same as welfare, I get really angry. Anyway, yeah, that's why we still need communism. Bye.
And they will join us in our struggle against all those freedom-hating people. All right. I guess on to Spain. So we'll just keep rolling here. On to Spain. So we have... Oh, you know what? I should probably do my tech rolls. Okay, so we've got a red, a yellow, and a green. And then over here I got my green and yellow and the red. The red that turned out so well. So we're just going to roll them all at the same time. I'll just bring this over to here. And so real-time rolling here. I need 7s or better on all this stuff. Well, I got 2. So I did achieve... Advanced artillery, advanced artillery, because I got the 12, and I got the red, which is wartime economy. That'll come in handy. But my improved factories, I failed. I rolled a 1. A very good roll, typically, in this game, but a bit of a fail. So I'm just going to grab a couple of Soviet roundels. And as this game goes along, these will get populated as we go along. So we did get the artillery. And we did get the wartime economy. All right, but I failed at improved factories. Okay, now we are going to, I guess we gotta move the Communist Chinese up. So I believe they just go up $2. I believe that's what happens here. And so we're gonna take that 2 and go 3, 4, which is really cool. Wow, we're ahead of like my home country and Anzac. Whew. And now we're going to do the Soviet turn. And the Soviets are just going to be moving some people around. So we're just going to move out to here. Going to move there. Leave those guys there. They have the port. They can move an extra 1. But we're just going to move them to there for now. Okay, so and that's the torpedo boat destroyer there. and of course a regular sub have both moved northeast. The cavalry from Novosibirsk is just going to ride. He's going to go a couple that way, and the infantry in Novosibirsk will just move one. These folks are all going to stick around. Boat obviously can't go anywhere differently, and we're just going to move the mechanized there, or motorized, sorry. There's really not a ton to be done here. We're going to move that tank from Kiev, gotta put that in a different spot, and move the artillery into western Ukraine. We're going to move this tank into southern Russia. You know, I don't have my go-go gadget arms on today, so we're going to come around here. Sorry, this is now upside down. Hopefully it doesn't cause too much distress. We'll have the northern Russian fellow going to move there. We'll have the cavalry move into Leningrad. We'll have the western Russian infantry move into Leningrad. We'll have the infantry in Gorky. He's going to... Now I have a rail of 2 within the Soviet Union. You can move from any place that has rail, of course, along the rail in any way, shape, or form you want to go. But I can only move 2 units. And we're not in any huge rush right now, but we'll... What do we want to do with him? Yeah, we're just going to move him to Western Russia. The Gorky guy, we're going to rail into Leningrad. The Smolensk men, we're going to move there. Motorized, we'll just move him up. This plane, we'll move into Kiev. And we'll move these units here into Kiev as well. And the infantry will move up to there as well. And we've got one more rail, so we'll just rail this man up here, and we'll move him into, there you go, southern Belarusia. That's pretty much all the movements that we're wanting to do right now. Not much else. I guess the guy in Yakutsk here can move down to Amur, and the Amur guy can walk into Vladivostok area. It's got a funkier name than that, but where Vladivostok is. Primorsky Krai. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong. All right. So, just a reminder, we've moved the sub and the TVD up here. We have 2 infantry there, 1 in Amur, the militia and the motorized are in Chita. We have in Baracha, we have a cavalry. Angara has an infantry. Tanutuva, he's just going to hold fast in Tanutuva right now. I guess I could put him in, maybe we'll walk him into Novosibirsk. In the old version, it's not that old, but in the previous versions, only the Soviet Union could move militia around. Everybody else, your militia had to stay where it was in whatever territory it was. So, you know, this militia couldn't move, these militia couldn't move, but now everybody can move their militia. Now, they don't punch really hard, but they can sure help putting together a defensive measure. Okay, so that's it for the Soviets, and again, we're not putting any new units on except for these bad boys. So we're going to put them on up here. And there are more restrictions in this game as to what you can place and where, but I believe I can still place that. So there's a sub and a destroyer going into 16. A sub and a destroyer going into 16. That's a finished boat there. Boy, I'm just knocking everybody around here. All right. There we go. All right. And now, going to place our units. So we have, this infantry is a lend-lease. And this lend-lease is going to go from, we'll go from the blue one, because why not? You can do unlimited from the blue. And it's going to follow all along here, all the way through the sea, because we're not at war with anybody. Nobody's at war with us. We're going to plant that guy right in Abyssinia. So we have a Russian infantryman being sent to Abyssinia, and he instantly turns into an Abyssinian. Abyssinia later. think that was a MASH episode, Abyssinia Henry, I think. And then we'll have this guy here come out of this port. It's just a militia, and he is going to land in Mercia.
We have ridden since the snows of winter covered this land. Through the kingdom of Mercia, through...
Where'd you get the coconuts?
We found them.
Found them? In Mercia?
Yes, in Mercia. All right. And now the Spanish Civil War. I don't think there's anything else going on. The Russians are going to collect 8, and they have 3 that they saved. So that's $11 they are going to have. I'll take a 5, and those 3 is 8. And these 3. So Russia has $11 to spend next round. There we go. And I guess I better do the communists shtick here as well. I didn't think I was going to get that roll, so I don't have my commie pieces out. Alright, so here's the commie pieces. I'm going to put one there and put one there. And then they're going to collect 4, and they had 1 that they saved, so that means we're going to have $5 to spend. I could use a single chip, but having 5 chips just looks so cool. All right, so $5 for the commies and 11 for the Soviets. All right, now that we've done our militia over to here, he of course is going to become a Republican militia. But now the Spanish can do an attack if they want to. And I think we will do, we'll do one attack here. We're going to do one attack. We're going to bring that fella into there. And of course, we have our, I believe it's a medium bomber and a fighter. Going to have to check that to make sure. And the rest of these are going to non-com elsewhere. All right. So let me just make sure that that's a medium bomber. I believe it is. All right, Spain, Morocco. Republicans have a medium bomber, yes. All right, so now we get out our, once again, Panzer King has this all beautifully set up, so I'm a little bit behind the times here. So here we have a fighter, it's going to be a 6. Medium bomber, be there, and of course the diminutive infantry. Now his infantry that's there is going to defend at a 4, which we'll just not worry about setting that up right now. We'll just roll this out. Okay, so we have a 2, so that'll be the yellow, and then we have a 6 with the fighter. And then a green. Okay, and the way I like how Panzer King did this, he put a die by each number, and then you know what they are, and you can roll it all at the same time this way. So here we go. We need at least 1 hit here, and we we got the hit, but just barely. A 7 with the green die, a 7. Okay, so now he gets a response at a 4. If he gets a hit, then I won't be taking the territory, unfortunately. Oh, that was close. All right. So this goes away. And I don't have roundels for nationalist. I believe I ordered them. I think they're on the way. But so this infantry is going to go here. And we'll grab one of those roundels to throw that on there. Because let's face it, that's essentially what's going on here, right? It's a proxy war between the Soviets and the Italians and the Germans. So we'll just put some of these on there. Apologies to anybody in Spain who doesn't want to see the hammer and sickle here, but yeah, it's just a game. All right, so there we go. Now we can do our non-com moves. And we're going to non-com those fellas into there. And the fighter and the medium bomber are going to land back in here. And yeah, I think that is everything. All right, so now here in the Spanish Civil War, we're allowed to roll a die, and you roll equal to the number of these mainland territories that you own. Now, we own the Balearic, or no, Nationalists own the Balearic. Nationalists own this, but they don't count towards the roll. But all of this counts towards the rolls. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get to get a 4 or less. And good things happen if I do. I didn't. Okay, so no joy on that one. But a lot of joy for the commies in China. So that's a good trade-off, I figure. All right, well, that is everything. And hopefully that all makes sense to you. We'll be swapping out the Soviet infantry there in just a moment, and we'll make sure that it's accurately depicted. But that is everything here. So we're just starting out here. We're in July of 1936, and we are hoping that the war doesn't happen for a little bit. We have to gird up our loins, as they say, in order to get ready for this amazing war that will be happening very shortly. I think Abyssinia could be a hotbed of activity. They only have 2 militia and an infantry, and Italy can bring a lot of pain, but we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, folks, to our Operation Winter Solace, so named by Panzer King. He's got away with words, and he's got away with war, and that's all going to come up very soon. All right, well, totally forgot to do my recruitment roll. And, you know, you spread communism and you get all excited that people are actually believing it, that you forget to do your recruitment roll. So I need to roll a 1, 2, or a 3. And I'm going to use the same die that showed me so much love before. So a 1, 2, or a 3. And if I get a 1, 2, or a 3, then I will get a free infantry or 2 militia. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And you can see the 1 and the 2 at the same time. All right, so 1 infantry or 2 militia. That is the question. That is a great question. What do I want to do here? I didn't even think this out because I didn't think I'd actually get the roll. All right, well, either way, I'm kind of running out of my Chinese sculpts there. So, you know what? There's strength in numbers. So what we're going to do is we'll just grab a couple of chips. We'll add a couple of militia here to something. What are we going to add it to? Well, they can't do much right now. They can't really do anything because we're not at war. I guess that could change instantly, but I think what we'll do is we'll add 2 militia. We'll add 2 militia to this stack here. Now that militia can move between countries, it's not that big a deal. But this way I can go any direction with a bit of a larger stack. But that's right. So 2 more militia. So, and I didn't do a recap, so I'll do that now, of Communist China. So, of course, 1 militia here in Hopei. And then we've got 2 militia, cavalry, and 2 infantry in Suyuan. And then here in the Communist Chinese Shenxi state, we now have 4 militia, 2 mountain, and 1 cavalry unit. All right. Sorry for screwing that up, folks. But there you go. Go commies. Say it with me now. Go commies.
No.
I didn't. You in the back. One more time. Go commies.
No.
Better.